Okay, so Mike Grella and Marco Messina, our two Serie A experts, are going to join us later on the set, and we'll talk a little bit more about Juventus and kind of how this plays out for them now from this point in time. So that coming up still on the show. But meanwhile, let's talk about PSG and Maccabi Haifa. And let's see some goals, because there was plenty of them in this game. 9 in total, actually. Let's start with number 1.
Brilliant. Top players showing what their worth is. I mean, this finish from Messi is just fantastic. You know, there's not a lot of players in this world who could do that. First of all, outside foot, and then the direction and the pace and the power on that. And he was in top form today.
But not as top form as my man Kylian. I mean, how many times do I have to talk about this? I'm running out of superlative to talk about this man. Just look on the replay here, the way he bends it, gets his foot right across it. Keeper's got no chance. And we talked about him before, Thierry, the 9 or the 10 or the wing, but today he was excellent.
That's where he's comfortable, you know, when he's on the wing. But when those guys interchange, move, pass the ball at the right time, it is very difficult to stop them. Messi this time to Neymar, controls it, bends it, and the rest is history. But the movement of the three today were magnificent.
Yeah, I mean, they're fantastic. I mean, when you talk about the teams who can win this competition, they are the 3 best individuals, really, when you think of some of the 3 of the best players in the world, all playing for the same team. And we used that as a criticism last season of one of the reasons why it may stop them. But Thierry knows it better than anyone watching the French league more than us, that they're combining, they're working with each other now, and you feel, yeah, they're probably not the best team in the competition, but can those individuals, Thierry, do you think, take them that step further and win the Champions League?
I think so. Look, you know, last year they were very close to knock Real Madrid out. And it just happened. Real Madrid happened like it happened against, against City and against Liverpool in the final. But those guys, if they are on tune, it's very difficult to stop them.
So Abdoulaye Seck did pull one back to make it 3-1, but then Lionel Messi goes and makes it 4-1.
As I said before, he was on top form. And what was special about this game is the quality of the goals. I mean, this is unstoppable. You can't defend against that. When these 3 guys up front, Mbappe, Neymar, and this fella here, Messi, when they play like that, there are no answers. I'm not sure about. I mean, you talk about them winning the Champions League. I think the problem they have also showed today. So when they're 4-0 up, all of a sudden it's 4-2. They need to score a lot of goals to win games, and it's not always going to happen. I think they're terrible defending, and that's also because of the 3 front players. When you are at the stadium and you see how little they take part in defending, everybody else, Bayern Munich, Man City, all those teams, it's 11 players attacking, it's 11 players defending. And I think in modern day football, that's what you need. And that I could see could be a problem in one game. Yeah. One game against Man City and one game against Real Madrid, it's enough to get knocked out.
No, I mean, I think that's what we said last season, and I agree with you. They will never be the best team because of that. But I think all 3 of those players are playing on a different level this season to what they were doing last season, just as individuals and combining with each other. So I think we'd all agree Man City are the best team in Europe right now. You think are maybe the favourites of the competition. But they could still easily go out to a PSG because of a moment of brilliance from Messi, because as individuals they're playing on a higher level than what they were last season.
I agree that could happen, but I think probability, it's probably going to go the other way around because of how strong Man City are throughout the whole squad, but also how they play as a team. And I just see those 3 players today absolutely fantastic. There's nothing else you want to watch in football than players playing like that. But when it's not working like that, when it's not going like that, and it happens, we've seen that time and time again in the last 18 months or so. So I just see that as a small problem. They're still up there as one of the favourites.
We have got 3 more goals from PSG to see, so let's just rattle through those ones as well. Kylian Mbappe, Micah, go on.
Who else? It's beautiful play. We mentioned when Hakimi went to PSG, can he get balls in these advanced positions? He looks at, but look at his first touch, the way he just sets himself up here. 1 touch, 2 touch. It's just ridiculous. I mean, how many times have we seen him? Thierry did a piece before about being in this area, and no one's better than him in this area. And another one, Jamie?
Yeah, Neymar I thought was fantastic. It was an own goal. Maybe he'll get the assist for that. I think he was outstanding as well tonight. He went on a great run in the second half. They got a free kick on the edge of the box, and obviously that the game was over, and just how many more PSG can get. And Thierry, who scored this one?
Soler, another assist from Lionel Messi. and use the body of the player. Goalkeeper can't see. If you bend in around, it's very difficult for the keeper. You just have to place it sorry, in the bottom corner, and that's exactly what he did.
But you see all this talk about Mbappe. Is he happy now because he's playing on the left? Has he picked the team and picked his own position now?
It doesn't matter. Mbappe is the best young player around.
Better than Haaland? Yeah.
But we said this, remember? Best all-round game.
Did you hear this, Man City fans? Man City fans! Micah Richards thinks Mbappe's better than Haaland.
No, don't listen to Jamie. Don't listen to Jamie. You're trying to cause what's happening here?
Well, what's going on? No, Haaland. He's the Man City man. What's going on?
Haaland.
All right, just in terms of what both of those results mean for the group, it means that PSG and Benfica are both through. The top spot in the group, though, still up for grabs. That's not concluded, so there is still something to play for next week in that Group H between PSG and Benfica. So still be interesting next week.
Hey, come on!
You know what time it is? Yes. It's about time you give America some credit, Thierry. You know what I mean?
Well, if they score, we talk about it. If they don't, it's difficult.
Okay.
Juventus 2013 was the last time that we saw them get knocked out at this stage of the competition. It's a worrying kind of period of time at the club, Mike, and you can't really see where they go from here. Yes, Europa League is still potential, but that will be way below the bar that they would have set themselves come the beginning of the season.
Yeah, something needs to change now. You know, we keep asking Thierry because he was affiliated with that club and he knows it more than any of us here, but you're watching Juventus, you just don't know what you're going to get. They're just too inconsistent. Okay, they had a little bit of a fight back today, but it's not enough. It's too late. They need to look at the manager situation, see if he's getting the best out of the players. But like Thierry mentioned before, they've had a couple of managers that not being able to get it right. But something needs to change. It needs to change quick because you're talking about the giants of Italian football.
Getting knocked out, is a managerial change now inevitable, Thierry?
I wouldn't go there. As you know, I'm on the other side of the line. It's very difficult to call out on the manager. I think there is a lot of problem from top to bottom. It's not only at the bottom and on the field that things are not going well. I said it when Pirlo left. I said it when Sarri left. He's not a bad coach. You need to be able to coach also. Now, what's happening behind closed door, we don't know. But like I said, it takes time sometimes. It's not because you're bringing Allegri that it's going to work. Where are you going to go? What's going to be the plan? Who are you going to bring? You need to let people work also for a little while in order to change. Change who has to leave, who's going to come to play in his system. We've seen it with Arteta. It took him 2 years to put a decent team on the field, and people were having a go. So, are you going to stay with the man? Are you not going to stay with the man? But think about it carefully because you never know what can happen. They thought by bringing him things were going to change, and it didn't happen yet.